thank you again so much for being here. I'm really excited to go through this course with you guys and have this discussion and hopefully then empower ourselves and empower our communities and our families. Why are we talking about this? Why should we teach our child about healthy sexuality? Research shows that children who don't know about sexuality are more at risk of being abused.
Our goal is also to give them the tools that when they see something like that, it doesn't ruin them.
I enjoy meeting people and getting to know them and hearing backstories and learning and educating. Like, this is combining multiple interests of mine, but I was a little bit apprehensive as far as I wasn't quite sure exactly what the content would be.
So I'm going to tell you about my first child and our discussion about sexuality and how I botched it.
So I want you guys to get in pairs and little conversations, and then we'll come back together as a group and discuss it.
I like that he owned it, that he said, you know, I messed up, it wasn't great, it wasn't awkward, and I think that reassures us, like, oh, you know what, it's okay, it's gonna feel weird and awkward, but you keep trying and you keep doing it. That gives you some confidence.
My nerves eased up a lot, even just after the first little round of discussion, just like, okay, this is working. Like, it just fell into place. I felt like it just flowed.
What I got from it was just the idea that if they have like the knowledge, the vocabulary of their body, then they'll just be more aware.
I can just totally see how it would be helpful.
Right.
It's really hard to teach your kids about sexuality before you actually know what you want to teach them. So we have to take a minute to think about what are our own beliefs about these things, what are our own values. We're gonna go ahead and do this worksheet. I want you guys to take some time to reflect on what your thoughts are about sexuality and go through this worksheet.
Biggest thing that I got from this paper, because it broke down all the different types of conversations that fall under the category of sexuality, things that I just didn't even think about.
I love a good list, and it's nice to have it broken down into these parts.
As I was looking over the list, my gut reaction was just like, stay away from this. Don't ever think of this. But I think that that's not wise, because you can't just shelter your kids forever.
Well, I've got some figuring out to do.
Yeah.
I thought it was really great. I thought the more people commented, the more it encouraged commenting and sharing.
So I want you to partner up with somebody and we're gonna practice. So you're each gonna take a turn. One person's gonna be the parent, one person's gonna be the child.
Talk to them about what they see, like, hey, have you seen inappropriate images on your phone or on your friends? And they have.
When is it appropriate to talk to your daughter about those things?
I feel excited that times are changing, that this is a conversation that's happening a lot more often with people. It's something I feel like I would do anyway, but it's like now there's this societal permission to do so, and it's much more accepted.
Sometimes you have to put your child's welfare and well-being before a family member's.
The idea that you have to be more careful with girls than you do with boys, I think that it led to misconceptions for sure.
Yeah. I just felt really strongly that what we're doing here is life-changing. We are possibly saving kids from being sexually abused. This has been really good discussion. I really appreciate you guys opening up and sharing with the group. If you're thinking about going and sharing this with your neighborhood, with your family, I'd say just do it. Have confidence in yourself. Enlist some help. So I enlisted Annie, who's very social and outgoing and has no problem talking to people and saying, like, come to this, come to this, come to this. I will pester you until you come to this. That's all I have. I just want to say thank you so much for coming. Thank you for being willing to have this conversation. Now that you know better, let's do better.